Hey all you cool cats and kittens out there, it's Carol from Big Cat Rescue. For today's daily update, I'm going to teach you how to paint a tiger. This is a free class, but if you'd like to support my small tiger, please visit localcolorobx.com and click on the event calendar. Ooh, you can see how they go from being so sweet to wanting to rip your face off, and they can. After doing some work on my septic system today, I actually had to throw a potato across my kitchen to get to the art supplies, so let's get started. When I paint, I like to wear all cat everything, so you'll notice that I have my leopard ring and a scratch for my cat. So the first thing we're going to do is draw our tiger, and we're going to start with a circle. Doesn't have to be a perfect one. Then we're going to draw a line that curves a little bit. And a line that goes right down the center. Oh, that's not right down the center. And for the eyes, we're going to do two football shapes right in the middle. And underneath it, we're going to draw a triangle upside down. Next, we're going to draw two big C shapes that come out and curve up. Now he's a happy tiger. Probably happy because he's at Big Cat Rescue and not somewhere else. Make his chin. And the ears. Out, up, curve around. Now we're going to do some details to the eyes. Make a line that comes down like that. Another one like that. And do some circles inside. And a pupil. Just an up and down line. Okay, next we're going to do some details to the nose. So we'll do a nostril on each side. in the line that curves up, goes around like that, and same on the other side. And then just a little curve at the bottom of the nose. Okay, now it's time to start giving our tiger some stripes. So we'll do everything down that line in the middle and try and keep it pretty symmetrical on both sides. And I'm just drawing out the biggest stripes, but there will be other smaller ones that we add after we paint. That's not symmetrical. So everything I do on one side, I'm doing on the other, but it doesn't have to be perfectly symmetrical. I'm gonna move that one. I'm going to do a little bit of scruff on his ears. Or leading up to his ears. A big stripe there. And now that I'm looking at this, I'm going to make this a tiny bit smaller. That's more like it. He was a little too happy. because then we're going to erase the ends a little bit and draw a line that goes from here to there. Let me keep adding my stripes. Okay, I think we are, oh, we forgot the ears. Okay, you cool cats and kittens, I'm just going to make a few minor adjustments to my tiger's face before I start painting it. I realized I want his mouth to be bigger. So I just erase that a little bit and bring this out like that. So a little less rounded and a little more at an angle. And then I'm going to change this just a little bit. A little bit smaller. Just color in that mouth right there. That's better. Now I went ahead and painted my background black, but you can paint your background any color you want. You could paint a blue sky in the background. You could paint a jungle in the background. You could paint a meat grinder, a can of sardine oil. Really, the possibilities are limitless. So I'm going to start painting my tiger, and the colors I'm using are white, yellow, brown, and red. Now, with that being said, you do not have to paint an orange tiger. You could paint a white one. True story, I didn't have any friends growing up, and my only two friends were two imaginary white cats, so I'm all about the white cats. But to paint my orange tiger, I'm going to start with some of the whiter areas. So around the mouth, around the outside here, around the eyes, and around the outside of the ears. I'm going to take my brush and some white, brown, yellow, and red. Ooh. And if you see a pink color like that, it's too much red, so just add more yellow, more white, and we're just gonna kind of play with it until we get the right color. There we go. I'm gonna start on the mouth. I'm gonna put down like a base color. But then I'm also going to do like a highlight with white to lighten it up in some places. And then take a little bit of brown on my brush and shade it in. Same thing with the bottom. So I'm going to switch into time lapse while we do the rest of the white. And when I come back, we will add some orange. Okay, so now that I have the white down, I'm going to start making some more of the orange colors. And we're gonna have some light oranges, some dark oranges. Let me start with one, red, yellow, more yellow, brown, and let's start with the nose. So I'm going to fill the nose in one solid color, but then like I did with down here, I'm going to add some highlights, some shadows. Okay, so take a little bit of that. Just took some of that white color that we mixed up. I'm going to brush it in the middle. And then added some more brown to the outside. I'm just gonna blend it. And then in some of the places where there's a lighter orange, mix some more of my white color in. Like down here. I'll start to blend it into where I had the really light orange. Make it a little bit darker here. And then where these two colors meet, I'm gonna do something kind of in the middle of the two colors. Do some down here. Actually, I want this to be a bit darker. Oh. So like I said before, just a lot of blending. I just went back and got a lighter orange to blend those two places together. And where we're gonna have the really like vibrant and dark oranges is up in the head, on the ears, and on the body. But more lighter shades around the face. And I am going to switch back into time lapse to speed this kitty up. Now it's time for my favorite part, the stripes. So I'm just using a small brush and black paint and just filling them in. I'm going to show you a few to start and then we'll switch back to time lapse. So I'll fill in the ones that I penciled in, but I'll also add some other smaller markings. And remember, if you do one on this side, do one on this side too. Okay. Eyes and the nose. So I decided to make my eyes kind of a lime green, but you could make your eyes brown. You could make them blue. It's up to you. For the lime green, I use yellow, white, and green. Add some more yellow to that. And we'll just start to fill in those circles. And I'm going to make them a little darker around the outside. So some more green. And we'll do the same thing in the other one. Okay, so we're going to let that dry before we go and do the other details, and we will move on to the nose. So for the nose, I'm going to use white, red, and a little bit of yellow. And a little bit more yellow into the middle. So I'm going to clean off my brush. And before I go back to the eyes, I'm going to do an outline on the chin. Go. Now we're going to do a black line that goes above the eye. Ooh. So I just put my arm in black paint. We can fix that easily though. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and switch back into time lapse while we do that little touch up and outline the other eye. So the next thing we're going to do is take some black and draw a diamond shape in the upper part of the eye. And now we are going to outline the nose. First we'll draw or paint the nostrils. Okay, we are almost done. We're gonna add some whiskers and a few highlights, and then we will have painted a tiger. So, first thing I'm going to do is do some little dots in our tiger's muzzle. And then we are going to do whiskers that just come out. Ooh. Like that. Some longer, some shorter. And they start to kind of angle down too. Well, there you have it. We painted a tiger. You know, I don't watch the news unless there's a cat involved, so I have no idea what's going on in the world right now, but I hope all you cool cats and kittens stay safe and healthy. This is Carole, signing off.